What's up, YouTube? Thunderwolf89 here. I got another deck profile. This time it's I don't know if everybody knows this kind of deck, but it's basically heroes, but it's Bubbleman heroes. That's right, Bubbleman heroes. I'll show the deck list and I'll explain some details about the cards as we go through. First off, as with the monsters, as with every hero deck, you have a Stratos. Normal summon has got two great effects: either grab a hero from your deck, or blow up back row equals the number of heroes that isn't including Stratos. 18 beat sticks, and it's also quite good. Then we have 3 Adius. Powerhouse, 19 attack is great. It's light, 19 attack as I said, and Sparkable because it's Gemini. It's quite good, and it's light as well, so the Shining. Then we have 3 Bubbleman. Yeah, Bubbleman's quite good. It basically level 4. So with the other heroes here, it goes into rank 4s, like for example Utopia, and also the new one we've received that requires warriors, which is Blade Armor Ninja. So you can go summon Stratos, set your hand, special summon Bubbleman, go with Blade Armor Ninja. With Monster Reborn, you have to do Blade Armor Ninjas for a total of 88 damage. So there's an OTK with Monster Reborn and Stratos. Yeah. Thing is water, so you can allows access to Absolute Zero, and with mass change into Vapor, and when we get it, Acid as well. So summon this, set mass change. If they set a few back row, you just mass change into Acid, blow up the back row. It's quite cool. And plus Acid is 2/6 as well, so it runs over things like Stardust, which is awesome. And the fact is, it's got inherent special summon as well. If you have no cards in hand, you can special summon it as well. An hero effect, if you can ever get this off, I managed to pull it off when I played at my locals for fun on Thursday. Yesterday. If you basically summon this card and you have no card, when this card is summoned and you have no cards in your hand or on the field, and it's basically just the only you basically say. You have no cards on your field, and you top deck this with no cards in your hand. You could, when this card is summoned, and you have like I said, no cards on the hand or on field, you're allowed to, you basically add the effect to draw 2 cards. So if you top deck, if your opponent's wiped out your field, and you both top deck and you top deck this, you're at immediate advantage straight away there. And plus, is awesome if you draw this with a mass change, miracle fusion or something. Quite awesome. And as I said, there's the OTK, summon Stratos, set your hand, special on this Blade Armor Ninja for double attack. Awesome. And a friend of mine who's a hero player, he recommended putting in a Captain Gold. His if I side skill drain, so you can just bring this out as 2 unbeat stick, and grabbing a Skyscraper to make Stratos and Alias run over things like Grapha, or Hyperion, anything really. And also with Dark Worlds, play your field spell, wipe out their field spell. And that's all the monsters, that's right. We have 8 monsters. So you don't draw into them quite often, and the reason be that, I'll show you in a minute. You have spells, you have 3 Pot of Duality. If you looked at it, the only monster you can special summon by itself is Bubbleman. And it's not even that powerful, so you don't want to special summon all the time. And basically this increases consistency, and lets you dig through your deck for stuff you want. Next we have 3 equals. So basically House and a Rota. Basically House Samurais had 3 smoke signals and a Rota, E-Heroes, 3 equals and a Rota. But basically the reason for 8 monsters is because you want to draw, it's basically like Gravekeepers and Lightbeat. You play less monsters, so you draw into more of your spells and traps for control. And then this allows you access to, it's basically like having 4 extra monsters, basically, because open this, open one of these, you go into Stratos, go into Bubbleman or Alias, and then deck Vind, and yeah, basically deck Fitting and the guarantee, basically like having monster slots without having monster slots, without using up monsters that you don't need. Then you have staples like Monster Reborn. This Stratos allows you to do 88 damage. You have Dark Hole, staple, wipe out the field. Book of Moon is too good. It's the best offensive and defensive card out there. You should have come back to 2 really on the ban list. Or like to play MTGR again then. Then we have Alias, so we have 3 Gemini Spark. Alias is massively reusable in the form of Hero Blast, the Shining when you Miracle Fusion and stuff, and is quite easily searchable by drawing it, pot of duality into it, and as you saw, equals and stuff. It's great. It's chainable, so if you attack and activate Deeper as a Mirror Force, you chain, block, and every one of the cards and draw cards. So basically, you lose the Alias, replace this with the card you draw, but then chaining it, they've lost 2 cards. It's quite awesome, quite good advantage. Then we have 3 Miracle Fusions. Yeah, E-Heroes have some of the best fusions, really. They've got basically, at the moment, until we get the Dark one, they've got 1 for each ever attribute. So you've got the Shining, which is a massive beat stick, which basically, when it's killed, you get back the monsters used for it, which is good. So if you remove a Stratos and Alias for this, you get a Stratos and Alias back in your hand, ready for Gemini Spark, and just beat down. And then Great Tornado, if they swarm the field, your Great Tornado hit half all their field, go to Blade Arm Ninja, attack quite a few of them. Nova Master, I know you can't go Nova Master with this, but so your Monster Reborn, their monster, like a fire monster or something. Go to Nova Master, everything is a monster, draw a card. Absolute Zero, if they kill it, they lose all their monsters, so they have to be quite cautious. And Gaia as well, if you take say your Monster Reborn, their Earth monster. Gaia, if you want to get one of their monsters, if they got monsters you can't get over, Gaia, have their monsters attack, absorb it, and then run over it. Yeah, it's basically quite awesome. Then we have 1 mass change. Having 2 meant I had it more often, but sometimes I didn't have Bubbleman, and it was, yeah, I know I've got 3 equals stuff to Bubbleman, but I prefer with equals to grab Aliases and use Stratos effect to grab Bubbleman. You always want to grab Bubbleman. You want to leave Bubbleman in the deck, so if you are top decking and stuff, you can get the effect off, which isn't very often, but it can happen. And then when you have this, then if you draw this, then you want to search for Bubbleman. But in the meantime, you would want to search for Alias to beat down. You only want to search for Bubbleman if you can guarantee you can go off into Xena like Blade Arm Ninja quite easily. Yeah, 1 Super Poly. 2 would be, 2 in my opinion, made like too many, because at the moment Insectors are kind of dominant a bit, especially at locals and stuff, and also Dark World are quite dominant at locals as well. So we ain't got the Dark one, so basically they open, you find out they're playing Dark World, you're like, yeah, this is quite dead unless they go into a Zen mains or something that isn't dark. So it's not me, but against everything like Wind Ups and Mirror Heroes or Plants and Ship, it's quite good. Take their monster, they bring out a good monster, like say they bring out a Star Striker and it's what's annoying you, yo, absorb. And then we have 1 Skyscraper, helpful to run over things like Hyperion, Dark Grapha, and also hit your opponent's field spells, especially and on Greykeepers as well. Greykeepers, if they roll tribute, they're barely ever, you're gonna hit like 1 monster in very few games most of the time, and then you have this to get rid of Necker Valley, because Greykeepers need their Necker Valley to ensure their monsters can get over things. Otherwise your monster can just run over all their stuff. Then we've got traps, we've got Solemn Judgment, basic staple nowadays. And warnings to help negate summons. We have TT, when the balance comes in we can have 2 of these, which is awesome. But for me I'm just to sneak all this balance because I haven't bothered to, because I've still got locals to go to tomorrow. So this is the deck I'm going to use tomorrow. You have Mirror Force, basically mass field removal. You have kind of 2 staple traps people use along with Solemn Brigade. You have 2 Hero Blast. Was running 3, but often I draw this without Alias, and sometimes this without being able to search for Alias. And to get Alias to the grave, sometimes they can bottomless or deeper, isn't it? Which was annoying. So at the moment 2 is fine. Yeah, basically you get a free monster, you get a monster back and pop the monster so +1. And chainable. Then you have 2D Prison. Help you to protect your monster, the attack, remove it from play. Because most things people like in the graveyard, like Grapha, people like Grapha in the graveyard. You want to remove it from play. So it's fun. and also it forces out Laggy to negate his ship. And also when you know he has this, like cautious whether to attack, where you can just set up everything. Not run Bottomless because as you've seen, his Ectors barely have many. Well, Dragonfly is 1000 attack, which Bottomless doesn't hit. Centipede is normally brought out by Dragonfly, which by then Dragonfly would probably hit your Bottomless trap hole, and by then they already got massive advantage. Wind-ups, everything that's strong enough for Bottomless to hit is Shark, and they go off and loop you first turn. So it's Dark Worlds. They normally use Graph to pop your back row before you even Bottomless, which isn't amazing. And Lagia, they go Rabbit first turn, so it's all out there. Yeah, Compulsory is chainable. You can grab back your Strauss to use its effect again. You get plus off its Z's and Synchros by bouncing it straight back into an extra deck. Yeah, it's quite a versatile card. And with fusions as well. So your mirror match and they have the Shining, it feels like, yeah, bounce Shining. And then, because Bubbleman needs no cards in hand to be able to special summon him. To start at road, so if you set your entire hand, special Bubbleman stuff, you want a bit of protection. And 2 is adequate. 1, I don't like it at 1. If you run start at road, you want to run 2, unless you're teching it quite weirdly. And then we have the extra deck. As soon as we get Acid, I'll be taking out 1 Blade Armor Ninja and 1 Vapor for 2 Acid because Acid is just too good. First we have 1 Stardust Dragon. We have Starlight Road, so yeah, you want to get a plus off of Starlight Road, so 1 Stardust Dragon because it's not many times you can there's not many times you can activate Starlight Road, 2 Starlight Roads in a turn in one game because it's mainly there for Heavy Storm. Dark Hole, you're not going to have, you go beat down 1 at a time, so Dark Hole's going to be a 1 for 1. TT's going to be a 1 for 1. Mirror Force, normally going to be a 1 for 1 because you're going to force out to play it. 1 Great Tornado, you have Strauss for Miracle Fusion, so yeah, one's quite good, and plus its effect for if they swarm, make it easier for yourself. 2 Shining, we get this reprinted on the, I think it was the 16th. In the UK, so we can play this in the UK on 16th officially in massive tournaments, where at locals it's still allowed. It's allowed at locals because it's locals, no one cares. This effect's amazing. Especially when you Miracle Fusion is out. If you Miracle Fusion is out, it becomes Strauss and an Alias. It becomes 3/2, which is quite powerful, bigger than the Grapho with gates. And if it's killed, you get them back. It's awesome. Well, if they're destroyed since the graveyard, so it's like the best E-Hero Fusion we have. Yeah, Nova Master. If you can bring this out like Super Poly or Monster Reborn, there 5 monster there, and then Miracle Fusion. Then his effect's quite good. Kill monster, even a token, and you get a draw card. So +1 if you can get his effect off every time. They have 2 Absolute Zero. This guy makes people more cautious whether to take it out. If they have quite a few monsters on the field, if they leave the field anyway, they're gonna lose all their monsters. And with Bubbleman, if you bring this out in a special Bubbleman, it makes this 3000, which is quite funny. And there's like second best hero. Then we have Gaia, if you can make it. Yeah, basically you have it so you have the choice. If you can make it and you need it, rather than think, oh I wish I had Gaia, you have Gaia. Enough spec space in there. And we have 2 Vapor, because at the moment, yeah, at the moment it is quite good. They attack, or bring out something out and they go TT or Mirror Force, chain this, and then this doesn't die. But the only thing it can get over is like Compulsory and Deprison. And its 2/4 is quite good attack. And it's water as well, so if you have Absolute, and also yeah, you need a water monster, so if you go Absolute Zero, and the mass change this, weapon their field, and this gets a free direct attack. Then we have 2 Utopia. You only have level 4 monsters in here, so there's no point putting rank 3s in there. So yeah, 2 Utopia is quite big, quite powerful. You get attack, it's light as well if you need it. Then we have 3 Blade Armor Ninja. Wind to go for Great Tornado, and level 4 needs Warriors. So already you've got the requirements in heroes, and double attack. It's quite good if you, with open field you can do 4/4 damage, just one card. Well, Monster Born Strauss, can bring this out, bring 2 of these out, and then attack for game. If you don't know, just in case you don't know what I mean by the Monster Born Strauss, you basically just go, if I can find it again, you basically go Strauss, activate effect, search for Bubbleman, yeah, Strauss, activate effect, search for Bubbleman. If you have any cards in your hand, set them all. If you can set them all. Special Bubbleman, X Z into Blade Armor Ninja, attaching the Strauss, and then so you can attack twice. A Monster Born and Strauss. Strauss effect, get your Never Bubbleman, and push some Bubbleman. He's into Never one, attaching Strauss again. Or if you want this time it doesn't matter because this is gone now, Bubbleman. And then with no monsters on the field, you just go 4 attacks for 2,200, and that's 8/8 on the field. I have actually managed to pull this off once, or actually no, quite a few times. I just remember once from yesterday. And then you have Utopian stuff, and you have fusions with Miracle Fusion. It's quite consistent. You don't really hide behind your back row. You just basically beat them quite a bit, and you have control in the form like Spark, Miracle Fusion to control. Yeah, basically you have your traps and Spark to control. You have being able to big beaters with Bubbleman and special summoning and Miracle Fusion and stuff, and also Alias and Strauss are quite powerful. You have Super Poly to basically use your opponent's monsters. Start the road to protect your monsters. Deck thinning in the form of Pot of Duality, E-Calls and stuff, and technically Spark. And you have, yeah, your 3 E-Calls, your Rosa and your Pot of Duality to kind of almost always be guaranteed a monster. And then Skyscraper as a tech to get over big monsters. Yep, this is my Bubbleman hero deck. I basically haven't, it's just a build I quickly built up. And I would put in Phoenix Chains, but then again, I can't bother taking my wind-ups. I'm gonna use this tomorrow. Just got to build an extra deck. No, sorry, side deck. And I'll probably do a report after the tournament. Yeah, this is Wolf out. If you like this, please click like if you want to like. Comment if you have any ideas, or if you like, if basic comment if you want. I'll put the deck list, what side deck I've got as well in the little comments bar. And yeah, if you like it, like it. If you got any ideas, just post them and I'll reply. And also, if there's something which I haven't shown in here, I'll actually try out. If there's anything you want me to try out in this, I'll give it a try. If there's any decks you want me to build, just comment on which ones you want, and I'll build them and I'll give it a try. So yeah, bye bye.